welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the hatch. We're going to start tearing into it today and see if we can figure out what's wrong with it and hopefully get it fixed. I assume it's probably just going to be the retainers again. I hope it's not any worse than that, but who knows? We're not going to know until we get tearing into it. So I'm cruising up to Rick's shop right now. Once again, Rick's letting me use his shop to work on the car, so thank you, Rick. It's very generous of you to let me do this, so I really appreciate that. So yeah, for now I'm going to head up to the parts store and see if I can find a valve spring compressor, one that you can leave the head on with, so I can just pressurize the cylinder and then just put a new retainer on whatever ones are broke, if that's the problem. I'm assuming it is, but if it is, so that way it'll make it a little bit easier on me, because those keepers that you put in the retainers are a huge pain in the butt to get on there by yourself. So yeah, I'm gonna stop by the auto parts store real quick and see if I can find one of those, and then we'll be on our way. Alright guys, she's in the shop. Took a whole lot of pulling, or pushing, I'm sorry. A little bit of pulling with the element to get it up the hill out there, but she is in, so time to start tearing into it, figure out what's wrong. Alright guys, so I'm going to start by checking the spark plugs. Already not looking great because this coil pack was completely saturated with oil and the rest of them are saturated with gasoline. So I'm going to pull the front 3 spark plugs out, see what they look like, and then we'll end up taking the valve cover off and see what kind of damage was done. Alright, spark plug number 1 did not stick to my socket. Okay, spark plug's in decent shape, covered in oil, but it's not busted up or anything, so that's good. So, move on to the next one. Alright, spark plug number 2 is trash, guys. That is no bueno. It's not looking good for this engine, because I will be willing to bet that piston smacked. That valve probably dropped all the way into the engine and trashed everything, so not looking good for it, guys. We're still gonna go ahead and pull the valve cover off, but yeah, it's not looking good as of now. She might need a new engine. All right, spark plug number 3 looks okay. As you can see, there's oil and gas all over them, so she's hurting. The back 3 coils are dry, so that's a good sign for that head at least. I'll pull the spark plugs out anyways just to be sure, but the back 3 are looking good. So all right, spark plug number 4, it's a little black, but all right. Number 5, same thing. And number 6, finally. It's a little tight to get out of there. Oops. It is also okay. So, looks like number 5 cylinder is the issue one. Spark plugs are all good except for that one. I'm going to go ahead and pull the front valve cover off. I don't see any reason to pull the back valve cover off. Everything seems okay back there. I'm going to pull the front one off. If I had to guess, I would say the valve probably dropped into the cylinder and trashed the engine. So unfortunately, guys, the hatch is going to be down for quite some time. I'm going on vacation in a few weeks, and then when I get back, I'll probably just end up buying a new engine, dropping it in here, and then go on with our day. I got some big plans for this car, And this, I guess, is kind of an excuse to kind of put them into motion. So what I want to do is I want to do a J35 or the 3.5 liter block out of a Honda Odyssey with TL Type S 3.2 liter heads. So I guess this is pretty much just an excuse to do that because this motor is most likely trashed. I highly doubt there's any saving it at this point. So yep, I'm gonna go pull the valve cover off, check that out, and then yeah, unfortunately guys, bad luck. I guess my luck has finally ran out because I've been getting so lucky breaking them retainers and not dropping the valves that it was bound to happen at some point. So yep, lesson learned. I need to get them valve springs and retainers for the next engine before I start beating on it too much, at least with the nitrous. So yep, we'll see what she looks like underneath that valve cover. All right guys, as you can see right here, see that, another broken retainer. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that spring off and see if the valve's still sticking up, but I highly doubt it. I bet it's down into the engine. So yep, we'll see what happens. All right, I got the rockers off, so now you can get a better view of this broken retainer as usual, as to be expected. Spring, and oh, the valve's still up, but I'd be willing to bet that it's not gonna move because it's probably trashed. Let's see here. Yep. No bueno. So, yep, unfortunately guys, looks like the motor is done for. But I had $0 into this motor, other than water pump and timing belt like I did a couple weeks ago, so I'm not too worried about it. I paid $100 for this motor and sold the other one for $100, so I had $0 into it. So I can get a new one at the junkyard relatively cheap. But like I said, this is pretty much just an excuse to go ahead and build the bigger engine like I was planning on doing anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it all back together and just call it a day because there's not a whole lot I can do now at this point. I mean, I could pull the head off just to see what damage was done, but just by looking at it, I can kind of see down in the spark plug hole, but you won't be able to see down there with this camera, unfortunately. But it's trashed. So yeah, we'll go ahead and throw it back together and we'll go from there. Forgot to mention it, guys, yesterday was the 4th of July, so I hope you all had a great 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. Cheers. Just chilling. So I'm gonna drink this beer and then get her back together. I think I might run up to the junkyard today. Everything's half off again this weekend, and they do have an Element up there, so I'm gonna see if I can get a driver's seat for that. If I have time. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna have time to run up there or not yet, but I'm gonna give it a shot. All right guys, got her all put back together. I'm not gonna worry about putting the coils back in, and I'll just keep those as extras for when I get my new engine. So yeah, I think I melted a piston. Like I said, you can't really see down there with this camera, but I'll put a picture of what it looks like right here. And then yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and head up to the junkyard now, see if I can get the seat for the Element, hoping that it's in better shape than mine is, the one that's there. And then I'll probably ask about how much I can get a motor for, but I don't think I'm gonna end up buying one until after I get back from vacation. So yep guys, for now, unfortunately the hatch is down, but oh well. Like I said, I had $0 into this engine, so I'm not really too worried about it, and it's just an excuse to get the bigger one going. So I'm gonna go ahead and push the car back out, get it parked over where it needs to be, and then yeah, we'll head up to the junkyard and see what we can do for the Element. All right guys, so unfortunately the seat that was at the junkyard and the Element was green. It was pretty clean. It wasn't in terrible shape. It had a couple of rips on it, and it rocked a little bit, but not nearly like this one does. But like I said, unfortunately it was green, so I just went ahead and left it there. There's another junkyard right up the road from Pick and Pull where I was at, and on their website it says that they have a black seat that's in good shape, but I went over there and they were unfortunately closed today, so I was unable to get a seat for this. So I'm going to keep an eye out for those. Maybe I'll come back and check the other junkyard tomorrow or something when they're going to be open. We'll see. As far as the hatch goes, it's going to be down until I find a new motor for it. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's an excuse to build the bigger motor. So I asked them at the junkyard how much a motor would be, and they said it's like $600 or something like that. So I know I can get one cheaper than that elsewhere. So I'm going to keep an eye out for a motor. And yeah, so until next time guys, thanks for watching. We'll see ya.